Guess what Paul was? Guess what Peter was? James, John. Okay. Oh, good morning, everybody. It's 2:30 in the morning. And I'm here this morning because I wanted to show you guys something here. Oh, good morning, everybody. It's 2:30 in the morning. Let me turn this off. I'm here this morning because I want to show you guys something here. So, yeah, I want to get into something here with you guys and show you something. And this is about, let me introduce myself. This is Prophet Lewis. That's my slave name that I was born with. My parents gave me. But my Hebrew name is Rawa Nawabi. Okay, Rawa Nawabi. That's my first Hebrew name. My last Hebrew name, I'll give that to you some other time. What I want to talk to you about this morning, actually, I've been up since 12 o'clock. I went to bed really early. But this is Rawa Nawabi, family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans, who are Israelites. And I want to throw this out to you all. I couldn't help but notice that for the past 2 years, I've been stuck with the same number of subscribers. And I know exactly what happened in those past 2 years. Now, it's really interesting. People, and I already know why my audience is way small. And the reason why my audience is way, way small is because I say that I'm a prophet. And so when you have that Christian mentality, it's a lot of Christians. And this is one way you could tell the Christian spirit. If you say that you're a prophet, now you can say you're anything else. Well, prophet and apostle. If you say you're a prophet or apostles, is you pretty much doing yourself in. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I want to start another channel. I want to teach exactly the same way I've been teaching, saying the same things I've been saying for many, many years. And I'm not going to say I'm a prophet. And I'm going to let you guys know what the name of that channel is going to be called. So for y'all that want to migrate over it, or for you all that the name of the channel is going to be called simply Lewis Thomas. Okay, Lewis Thomas. And on that channel, I only got 1 subscriber. One day I'm going to start another channel. It's going to be called Rawa Nawabi. I'm going to use my Hebrew name. I mean, since I got a channel with my slave name, I might as well have a channel with my free name, my Hebrew name, my Israelite, my cultural name. And so, yeah, I want to do that as an experiment. I'm going to do that as an experiment. I'm going to have that channel. I'm not going to say I'm a prophet, and I'm just going to see what happens, teach the same things. Because I remember years and years ago, before YouTube, this was before YouTube, because remember you had Google videos before YouTube. And I remember on that channel, every video I had over 50,000 views. Now, I'm the same exact person. And I cannot remember what the name of that channel was. I think it was called the Universal Family. I don't know, the Universal Family or some flag or something. I can't remember what the name of that channel was. That's many, many years ago. Like 2007 somewhere. It's way back there, y'all. So I'm going to start that channel and I'm going to see what happens. I want to see what happens. Because this channel, I'm not getting any more subscribers. And I'm not going to stop uploading content to this channel, but I'm just going to do those in juxtaposition of each other. I'm going to migrate a lot of my videos that I have archived over to that channel. Well, I can't do that unless I edit them and cut off the part where I say I'm a prophet. But yeah, I'm going to do that because if that helps get the message out, I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to do it that way and try that route because, you know, Christians, you know, and Hebrew Israelites, I mean, Hebrew Israelites in many, many degrees are like an advanced form of Christianity. Instead of, you know, worshiping white Jesus, they worship, I mean, white Caesar Borgia. They have basically created the Black Mashiach into a black version of Caesar Borgia. I'm not going to go into how that is right now, but I'm just throwing that out there. It's pretty much an advanced form of Christianity. When you look at the sectarianism that exists among the camps and all that, it's just, they say they don't believe in religion, but come on, y'all. They got a lot of the same rhetoric and spirit of Christians, you know, in particular, the hostile Christians like the Pentecostals and stuff. I'm not saying that they have a Pentecostal spirit, but I'm saying that I remember back in the day when Pentecostals were very, very, very hostile, you know. I see that I got a viewer here. I don't know who it is. Let me click over here and see who it is. If you can hear me, could you say hello in the chat room? But see, I got up early this morning and I just wanted to show you guys something that I think is interesting. So-called black people in America, we are doomed. I mean, we really, really do worship white people. We love worshiping them. If you find even a so-called black person that say with their mouth they hate white people, you're going to see the level of worship. Hey, Brother James, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Why don't you come chop it up with me if you can, if you don't mind, if you're able to. I'm going to send you a link to the room. Why don't you come hang out with me in the hangout? Oh, here's the link. Okay, I guess I don't have the link. Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, let's see. I want to let me try this again. me see here. I don't know why this thing is not letting me. I don't know why this thing is not letting me paste. I'm trying to copy the link and paste it for some reason. Let's see if this is it now. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Oh. Okay. I'm soaking my feet because whenever it gets freezing outside, it sucks the moisture out the air and my heels crack. So I woke up early this morning with my heels hurting. So I said, I'm going to get up, do some studying, maybe do a video, Google Hangout. And so here I am. That's why I'm up so early. Wow. Let's close this. Do like that. Why it will not let me do that? It will not let me copy it. Now, and all the time I did this, I could have just typed it out, I guess. This is remarkable. Oh, I tell you what, I want to copy your name and see if I can post it. Copy and send you an invitation. Let's try it that way. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay, I just sent you an invitation. I just sent you an invitation. Why don't you come and join me, Josh Obo? But anyway, hopefully the invitation works. Maybe I should get my Beats peeled and hook it up so I can hear you. Because whenever I have people join me in my Google's Hangout, I notice I have a hard time hearing it. And I like extra volume. But oh, let me see. I found another way to get the link. Copy. All right, I think this will work. Let me see something. I want to try something else. Because I notice that screen isn't working. Let's do that. I want to try that link there. I'm trying to send you the link. That's really what I'm trying to do. Close that. Let's see. Paste. Enter. That's really interesting. Oh, it won't even let me type anything in the chat room. I wonder why. But anyway, I want to get it on because people are going to be watching this and they'll be like, man, he fooling around too much. But anyway, I want to get into some stuff here. Let me see. I put this thing in my lap, so I don't know what kind of view I got. All right. Anyway, I want to show you guys this clip. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this clip. And the reason why I want to show you this, because I want to show you that white supremacy is the god of black people, especially Christians. You know, I mean, the black Christians are the tip of the spear when it comes to worshiping white people. They really are. Watch this, y'all. I want to make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, watch this. I want to show you something. Hold on a second.
The original Christmas, with the first Christmas with Mary and Joseph in Bethlehem in the cow stable, and Jesus born in a manger. We got a little baby Jesus here. I don't know if you see little baby Jesus. There he is.
Y'all see that, y'all? Here is a black man holding up a white baby. A white baby. So he believes that he believes that the Son of the Most High is a white baby. A white baby, y'all. A baby that don't have any melanin. A baby that has to wear SPS, whatever, 90. SPF 1000. A baby that is a mutant. Now, the Bible says that the Son of the Most High was without blemish. He represents the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sins of the world. That lamb had to be without spot or blemish. White skin is a blemish. Period. Ask Professor Keith Cheng, Cheng, a biologist, okay? Who, by the way, has the same type of skin as Caucasian. And he says that he's a mutant scientifically. And by the way, this is a guy who believes in evolution. I'm not giving any merits to no evolution. I'm just saying he believes that white people are mutants of black people. And he got scientific evidence to prove it. Wrote a whole book on it. It's a crazy book. I mean, he's proven that Caucasian and Japanese are mutants. in the earth. Wow. Look at this pastor here, y'all. He's worshiping mutants. He's holding up the Messiah, the Mashiach, Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, however you want to say it, as a white baby, a white man. Wow. Amazing. Now, this guy, they have businesses, they have grocery stores. This guy is really, really amazing as far as what he has accomplished in life and with the Atla ministry. Really, really. I mean, this guy's a wonder. And now we could tell how he got that. He's got that way by worshiping demons. He's actually holding up an idol in his hand. The guy is sitting here, y'all, on YouTube, on his channel. This is his channel, y'all. The Atla World Ministry, his channel. And guess what he's doing? He's holding up God, an idol of the living God, just like the children of Israel did when they made the golden calf. Look at this guy. So when Caucasians say that black people are racist, stop it. Stop. Even so-called black people who are so-called conscious, we worship white people. I was raised in white supremacy. I was raised as a white supremacist by jet black parents. They're even darker than I am. I seen my mother and father sing to white Jesus, pray to white Jesus. They taught me to pray to white Jesus. They love some white Jesus. Now, this don't mean that they won't say anything against white people. I think I'm sure by now my parents know that they have been worshiping. They gotta know that they've been worshiping white people ever since they've been born. You can't even be the descendant of a slave people and not worship white people. It was beat into us to worship y'all. We were coerced to worship white people. And our God, who is black, allowed this. Why? Because we wanted to worship every God we saw. He said, okay, I'm going to give you the lowest and base God to worship. A God that is white. Since you want to worship, since y'all just addicted to worshiping everybody, I'm going to find the basest people on the earth, and I'm going to let you worship them. And ta-da, there you go. That's what slaves became. We worship y'all for food. We worship y'all for clothing. We worship y'all for protection. We worship y'all for life, and we worship y'all for death. So so-called black people have this symbiotic Jekyll and Hyde to white supremacy. In one breath, y'all are our enemy. We can see that. But we right behind that, you are God. So we are schizophrenic people. We are schizophrenic people. We will worship you and then curse you at the same time. And let me tell you this, for those who are Hebrew Israelites and they know intellectually that their God is black, I want to show you what they do. They actually pray to their black God that the white people will bless us. We actually prayed to Yahushua for that. So now it gets more, it gets deeper. So we worship white people through proxy of a black Elohim that looks like us. Because we still asking for the mundane stuff that actually keep you in slavery. We still pray. So while we have switched faces, theoretically, superficially, I should say, we have a working knowledge theory that our God is black, but we still praying to our black God, black Elohim, black power. We're still praying to our black power that for the same things that we were praying to white Jesus for, that y'all would do for us in this society and captivity. You see, some of y'all not going to get it. You're not going to get that because you're just not used to thinking. You're not used to thinking when you read the Bible. You're not used to thinking when you study the Bible. You're not used to thinking when you're going to work, coming home. You're just a robot. Turn off the video. This is not for you. If you subscribe, unsubscribe, please. This channel is not doing you any good. Really. This channel is not for you. Okay. Now look at this guy. I got to play this. Now this is a black guy worshiping and fondling an image of white Jesus. And he's doing this on a World Wide Web. Now this guy studies the Bible. He knows that the Son of God had lamb like hair like wool and feet like look like burnt brass in a fire. He knows that, but yet he holding up this opal stone color of a. See, black people love demon worship. Now this guy probably got PhDs and all kind of stuff. He's a successful businessman, successful pastor, successful husband. But guess what? Sin lieth at the door.
And they got a little star, everybody over his head and everything there is. And got him in a little manger. I think this is somebody made this thing with some wood. And
don't the Bible talk about that we will worship wood and stone? Look what the guy's doing. He holding white Jesus up in a wood manger. Everything about this with a cross over it. Everything about this is wicked. The cross, which stands for Tammuz. This Pastor James Manning is holding up a infant version of Caesar Borgia laying in the manger. Wow. He's holding up the symbol of Satan in the earth. And this guy, look at it, look how nice, look how warm and his face looks when he's talking about this. It's like, you know, my little baby, you know, listen.
He got a little cross here. All right. Jesus was born in this. He was born a cross above his head like this baby Jesus. Yeah, but all right, we got a little baby Jesus here today, right? And so really good for Jesus. Anyway.
Even though now he points out that the manger is wrong. The cross was wrong. But he won't point out that the color is wrong. He ain't gonna point that out. Black people love praying to white people. We've been praying to white people for everything. Now you got Hebrew Israelites praying to black God for the same things that they were praying to white Jesus about when they was Christians. You see the nuance there? Hebrew Israelites still praying that to the black Mashiach that they get jobs working for the government, because 60% of black folk work for the government. You know that, right? Yeah. 60% of government jobs are held by black folk. That's what they say. That's kind of really actually hard to believe, but that's really kind of hard. That's just incredible to believe. These statistics they put out, but the point is, most black people who are working, they do work for the government. Okay. They do work for the government. If they don't work in the jail system and they don't work, social services, some type of social, that's the kind of stuff 60% of black people are going to have. They're going to be a bus driver, something like that. It's going to be a one-off from the government or directly for the government. You see? So when you become a Hebrew Israelite, now what you're going to do, you're going to pray to the Most High, the Son. You're going to pray to the Father in the Son's name, that you get a job working for the government. You're not going to be praying that, we get out of the city, move to the country, pray that you start your own business. Most Hebrew Israelites are not going to do that. No, most Israelites are not going to do that. Y'all, stop. We're not going to pray that we produce nothing, because we're going to be saying stuff like, this is the land of our captivity. So, might as well not. We're going to have low expectations. We're going to have low expectations, and we're going to be praying to the Black Mashiach that he make us better Americans or more successful Americans, not more successful Israelites. We're not going to pray to him that he make us more successful Israelites. No, we're not going to pray that. Why? Because that white supremacy is still embedded into us. So even though we know that our God he looks like us, we're going to pray to him for the same exact things. Pray that our kids get out of our house when they turn 18. Pray that our daughters don't get pregnant. And we know our daughters are whores. Pray that our son don't get no girl pregnant, because we know that our sons and daughters are whores. We're going to be just praying that they get a job, praying that our children get a job at McDonald's, just stuff like that. Praying that our children be able to get a loan for a home and stay in debt the rest of their life, or matriculate into college and get advanced degrees and then graduate and don't have no job and be paying off student loans until they retire. So see, just because you know that the Most High is black, that ain't good enough, y'all. It's just not good enough. Look at this guy, y'all. I'm gonna play this video.
But the big thing about Christmas was the original Christmas, I should say, was the giving and the singing, and we're going to do a lot.
See, the original Christmas. The original Christmas was here way before this white Jesus Christ, they say, was born. Christmas was around way before the Mashiach was born. So he's lying again. And this is a really educated man, does research and all kind of stuff. Way smarter than I am. Way smarter than I am. And look at him. He's an idolater. He got an idol sitting right on his desk. He all ready for Christmas. He got his poinsettias and presents and all that kind of stuff. And look at this, y'all. If you look behind him, on that pillar that's in the background, that little background he got there, I see 2 Chronicles 7:14. You know what 2 Chronicles 7:14 says? It says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and seek my face. And look what he held up, y'all. Come, that's what 2 Chronicles 7:14 says. And then on the other side of the pillar, it says John 8:32. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. What? So on these pillars of his background for his ministry, you got 2 Chronicles 7:14 and John 8:32. And this guy's sitting up here holding a white Jesus up with those two scriptures in the background. Wow. Wow. I cannot tell white people, I cannot divulge any white secrets to white people concerning black people and how we love them and worship them and what effective job that they have done in brainwashing us. I can't divulge any secrets that they don't already know. So with that said, let's get into some scriptures, y'all. Let's go to Matthew 24:24. Let's get into Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 24:24. Look at this, y'all. Excuse me. Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, inasmuch as if it were possible they shall deceive the very elect. Now, I know signs and wonders, you typically is talking about, miraculous miracles and stuff, but signs and wonders is also this guy. It's a sign and wonder to me that this guy got schools, he got restaurants and all kinds of thriving, successful businesses. And he's holding up an idol. He's giving the glory of how he's so successful to a white man that he prays to, a white human being. He's literally praying, put a human being in the place of the Most High. When I say the Most High, I mean Yahushua. Okay. Now we know that Yahushua is not greater than his Father. He already told us that. But I'm just saying, he said, when you see me, you've seen the Father. So I'm saying it in that vein. Not that Yahushua is on equal footing with the Father, because he's not. Because he said his Father is greater than him. Okay. But my point is, it's just amazing, y'all. Black people love white people. It's so dangerous too, because if you're a person like me that's a recovering white supremacist, these type of people are dangerous to you. I even see Hebrew Israelites who go goo goo gaga over white people. And they actually, now in one breath, they teach against white people, but I be seeing that spirit flash out of them. It's like a little spark of it. It's like, oh boy, what was that? And so the Lord just said me, you got to be careful of these people. Yeah, they will say some vitriolic things against white people, but deep in their heart, they know who white mommy and white daddy is and the power white mommy and daddy have. Y'all follow me? So I just wanted to show you this, that our people still are nuts and have a deep-seated Stockholm syndrome for white people. We want to marry them. We want to pray to them. We want to praise dance to them. We want to put all our wealth. And when I say black people, when black people talk about wealth, they talking about money with white faces on it. Black people cannot get away from worshiping white people. So if we get any wealth, guess what we want to do? We want to go give it back right to white mommy and daddy. How? By taking it to the bank, instead of turning it into some type of asset that we have control over, where white daddy and white mommy don't have to. You see what I'm saying? We always want to do this type of stuff. You got black people with money and all of it's in the bank. No, you need to take that money, get it out of white faces and turn it into some type of product, service or business. That's what you need to do. Don't be letting these white people hold on to your money in their banks. What else I want to say? Yeah, I want to give you some scriptures here. Let's go to Matthew 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And he did it right here by holding up that white baby. He held up a white baby, y'all. He's holding up a white baby as God. Look at him. He's literally doing it. I'm not adding anything to this, y'all. Look at him.
On the cross above his head, like
He's a demon.
I don't know if it's unstable. And Jesus born in a manger. We got a little baby Jesus here. I don't know if you see little baby Jesus.
Look at that guy.
And they got a little
hey, y'all.
over his head and everything. There he is. And got him a little manger.
Hey, y'all, this is a grown man, a grandfather, thoroughly seasoned, older grown man. And guess what he's doing? He's sitting here worshiping a white baby. Oh, Lord. This guy hates black people. I didn't even do this when I was a Christian. I didn't even do this when I was a Christian. Nothing like what he's doing here. And I always had a sneaky suspicion that God wasn't white. I wasn't sure, but I always had a sneaky suspicion that God was a black person, a black being. As long as I can remember. And he is a grown man, head of a ministry, very influential man. And guess what? He's holding up a white God in his hand.
I think this is somebody made this thing with some wood. And you got a little cross here. All right. Jesus was born in this. He was born on the cross.
Don't Jeremiah 10 talk about this? Let me see. Let me see. I hope I can put my finger on this. Jeremiah chapter 10. Look at this. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Look at that, y'all. He even tell us, be not dismayed. It says, learn not the ways of the heathen. Y'all, come on. This guy, he's holding up a white baby as God is guess what? A way of the heathen, y'all. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heaven are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. Didn't he just say that, y'all?
Born in a manger. We got little baby Jesus here. I don't know if you see little baby Jesus. There he is.
He bought this idol.
Over his head and everything. There he is. And got him a little manger. I think this is somebody made this thing with some wood.
You heard that, y'all? Wood. Look at this. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the works of men's hands, of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great and mighty. Who would not fear thee? So, and this is talking about Christmas, y'all. Saturnalia. Y'all, come on, y'all. Black people love worshiping. We worship white people at work. We worship white people when we are unemployed. We worship white people when we are not employed. We're employed. We worship white people when we're on government assistance, when we're offered educated, rich, poor. We be worshiping white people on everything. And I see that I got that propensity. I'm an unclean man living in the midst of an unclean people. Where's that at? In Isaiah what? Isaiah I want to say 9, maybe it's 8 or 9 or something like that. Let me see. Let's see here. Isaiah. I can't put my finger right on it right now, but no, it must be Isaiah 6, maybe. Yeah, Isaiah 6. Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of an unclean people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King. Now listen to that. My eyes have seen the King. 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and seek my face, he says here, I have seen the King. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, I think. Let's look there. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 8. Look at this. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall see God. See the Most High. See. You see that? So already we didn't hit 3 scriptures. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 5. For my eyes have seen the King. Well, if you've seen the King, guess what your mind is going to do? If you really are true in heart, Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, guess what you're going to do? You're going to see him. You're not going to not see him. See, if you're holding up another image, if you're holding up idea of who God is to the people, guess what? It means that you're not pure in heart, because it says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Wow. That means the Father and the Son. You're going to see the Father and Son. Why? Because he said, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Let's look at that scripture. Matthew, because we're talking about sight. We're talking about seeing God, seeking his face. 2 Chronicles 7:14. You see the theme that I'm riding on? Do you see it? Because people be listening to you, but they don't know what you're saying. Oh boy. So what we're going to do is go over to, let me minimize my screen because I just want to see. Maybe I'm missing somebody that's in here. Somebody. Oh, I got 2 viewers. Okay. I don't know who these 2 people are, but let me click on. See, my heart breaks because I know that whenever I run into a black person, I don't care if they're Hebrew Israelite or Christian, they're going to be awash in worshiping white people. Why? Because that's the ideal construct that has been forced on us. So when I meet people, I'm always trying to get a tap on how far have their withdrawal symptoms progressed in dealing with white supremacy. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. It's not a matter of if you are worship white people or not. That's not an issue. The issue is how far is the progression of your withdrawal from that. And see, when I see black people, so-called black people who are really Israelites, and they're really not suffering from any withdrawal system, I'm on red alert. I'm on red alert. It don't matter. Because it's just hard stuff for people to understand. It really is. Hebrew Israelite, Christian, black consciousness, black power, Pan-Africanists, they all the same, y'all. I mean, come on, let's be real. Real, you know? So here we are looking at this guy, He's holding up the image of the beast. Wow. Let's play it.
And you got a little cross here. All right. Jesus was born in this. He was born on a cross. But
now he's smart enough to know that Yahushua wasn't born in a wood manger. But he's not smart enough to know that he wasn't white. Wow. You see how white supremacy is and Stockholm syndrome is? He gonna strain at a gnat but swallow a camel. Wow.
It's like this baby Jesus. Yeah, but all right, we got a little baby Jesus in there, right?
We got a little baby Jesus idol here, right? Woo, woo, woo. Y'all, this is what Christianity is. I'm going to tell you, it's real hard for Black people to not be white supremacists. It's really hard. Because we have this idea we don't want to bite the hand that feeding us. We don't want to make our God upset. So let's get back to the scriptures. Now, right behind him on his broadcast, right on that little arch that's in his background, he got 2 Chronicles 7:14 up there, and on one side, and on the other side, he has John 8:32. John 8:32 says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, "If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and seek my face," my real face. And while he got that scripture in the background, he's holding up a demon, a baby demon. See, y'all, I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. Now, there was another scripture that I wanted to hit on. It was talking about, so we looked at 2 Chronicles 7:14. We looked at John 8:32. We looked at Isaiah chapter 6, verse 5. And we looked at Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, which says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." So anytime you see a Israelite, whether he know he an Israelite or not, and they holding up an image of a white Jesus, they're not pure in heart. They're not pure in heart, y'all. Because it says only the pure in heart shall see God. Only. That's where I was going to go. In John chapter, he told Philip, okay, I think it's in John 17:9. Let's look over there. John chapter 17, verse 9. Philip says, "Show us the Father, and it suffices us." Let's look at that. And I want to recognize the people that are in the chat room right now. In a moment, I'd like for you to go and just type hello in the room. Let's see. Let's see here, 17. No, it's not John 17:9. So John 14:9, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, John 14. "And Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If ye have known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him and have seen him." Now he said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall" what? "See God." They shall see him. I'm trying to stop saying the word God, but I don't know what to put right there. I'll just say the Most High. They shall see the Most High. Now, how do you see the Most High? By seeing his son. Look what he said. "Philip said unto him," verse 8, John 14:8, Philip saith unto him, show us the Father, and it suffices us. So the pure in heart are saying, show us the Father, and we're going to be satisfied with the way he looks. We're not going to hold up a white Jesus. We're going to withdraw. We're going to have withdrawal symptoms from white supremacy. We're going to war against the flesh. White Jesus, the man of sin, the wicked, the devil, the serpent, Satan. Satan in the earth, Job 9:24. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 2 through 4, and then 8 through 10. So Pastor Manning, a black man right here in front of y'all, is holding up white supremacy. That's what baby Jesus, little baby Jesus is all about. It's about holding up white supremacy. That's all it is, y'all. Let me get out of this now. I'm going to stop that. Stop. You are sharing screen. Okay, we're going to stop that. Okay, we get it. We get it. I think y'all get it. So, let me do this because I want to acknowledge whoever's still in the room. I want to acknowledge whoever's in the room. Oh, Dublin. Hey, how you doing? Tasiak Mashiach. How you doing? Yeah, I want to, for some reason, I want to refresh my screen here. For some reason, it won't let me, how you doing? Yeah, I want to, for some reason, I want to refresh my, for some reason, it won't let me type in the room. Yeah, definitely. Who's still in the room? Is it Tassi Duck or Dublin still in the room? But anyway, oh, Tassi Duck. Okay. Yeah. I wanted you to come over and join me in the hangout, if you don't mind. And so what I'm going to do is send you an invitation to come and join. Make it more interesting and also get another point of view. So blessed are, Matthew chapter 5, verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. In John 14:8, Philip asked Yahushua, he said, show us the Father, and it suffices us. And he said, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. When you go over to Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2, we find something very interesting. Let me turn there. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2. Who being the brightness of his glory and the express image means exact image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on high at the right hand of the majesty on high. So Yahushua, it's the express image of his person. That's why he could say in John 14:8, when you have seen me, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, Philip. You know exactly how the Father looks. You see? But what white supremacy is going to do, whether it's in so-called black people or white people, it's going to always hold up white Jesus. So that lets you know they're not pure in heart. That lets you know that they're not obeying. They don't believe in 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by, they're not his people. If my people are called by his name will humble themselves and seek my face and turn from their wicked way. Seek my face, my real face. Philip said, show us the Father and it will satisfy or suffice us. That means I'm going to be happy with how he looks. But we're not happy with how he looked in the Bible. We're not happy with the description that the Bible gives us in Revelation 1:14-15. Daniel chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. We're not happy about it. We're not happy. But anyway, I don't want to prolong this. I had a whole bunch of scriptures that I want to give, but I want to, I got to say this, the image of the beast. The image of the beast is everything I've been talking about. The image of the beast, that image, we're sealed in our foreheads that our God is a white supremacist that hate black people. You see, the mark of the beast. We have to get the mark of the beast image in our head. We got to get the mark of the beast system of education in our head. We got to get the mark of the beast of economic freedom in our head. All these things add up to us being slaves. And we already have the mark of the beast. We already have the mark of the beast. Many, many aspects of the mark of the beast. And it's so sad. It's so sad that we done went through all these struggles here in the land of our captivity and we still worship our enemy. Wow. That is amazing to me. No matter how much the Lord let our enemies show us how much they hate us, that's the more dedicated we are to their system of life, their philosophy of life, their way of life. It's sad. The Martin Luther King and civil rights era, they failed, y'all. Colossal failure. The whole civil rights movement was nothing. Martin Luther King's birthday coming up on the 15th or the 16th of this month. And Martin Luther King actually represents the icon of somebody who's willing to do anything to get the approval of white daddy. And look at the predecessors of Martin Luther King. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and all, y'all. Look at his own children. Look at Martin Luther King's own children. Martin Luther King's father named him after a white man, Martin Luther. That wasn't his real name. I think his real name was I forget what Martin Luther King's real name was. But his father changed his name when he was 5 years old to the name of a white man. Now, he already had a slave name. But his father, strangely enough, went to Germany and learned about and went Google Gaga over Martin Luther. And it's amazing because Martin Luther King's father, Michael King. Yeah, Michael King. I wanted to say Michael King, but I really wasn't sure. Exactly. So Michael King. So, and another thing, Martin Luther King's father changed his name to Martin Luther. His name wasn't Martin Luther. He changed his name to Martin Luther. And then he changed Martin Luther King Jr.'s son name to Martin Luther. So white supremacy was the bedrock of the civil rights movement, y'all. Thanks to Martin Luther King's father. And one thing that's really strange about Martin Luther King's father, I was wondering, how was this guy able to travel to Germany and he was a sharecropper? That was basically a slave, another version of slavery. And I was wondering, how was he able to travel overseas to go Google Gaga over Martin Luther, come back and change? See, I think that Martin Luther King was made. I really do. I believe Martin Luther King was made by some white think tank back in the days, the 20s. That's what I really think. It's just strange. Who changes their son's name after the baby is 5 years old? And what man changes his name to another nationality? And you're basically a slave, and you get to travel to Germany and you're a slave, and you come see all this is suspicious. It's like everybody in Martin Luther King's life in his formative years, they some suspicious people. And when I read about these people's background and stuff, all I see is it just oozes with white supremacy. It just oozes with it. So it looked like Martin Luther King was a made man. He was made by some white think tank way back when he was a child. Okay. So, I mean, Martin Luther King basically destroyed, in the movement that he was the face of, it basically destroyed all the economic power that Black people had. He was like a nuclear bomb to Black people. We don't have no economic power like that since. All because we wanted to sit on the same toilet that white people sit on. Y'all, this just don't make any sense. But anyway, yeah, the image of the beast is worshiping your enemy. I'm going to tell you that. Image of your beast, the image of the beast for Black folk, white folk, Chinese folk, but I don't care nothing about that right now. I'm talking about us, is worshiping white people. And so I'm real careful about teaching white supremacy to my children. Because see, white supremacy was taught to me by my parents and their parents and their parents' parents. So I have to watch, I catch myself. I'm like, whoa, boy, that's some white supremacy there. I got to rethink that. I got to sow into my children positivity. And so I have to be the God of my children. I have to be the leader of my children, the authority of my children. I can't be that and I'm teaching them white supremacy. I'm teaching them the culture of white people. When you get 18, yeah, you got to get out of here. Huh? Where's that in the Bible? Where's that in the Bible? When you get 18, you got to move out your parents' house. Where's that in the Bible? If anything, when your children get 18, they need this help. You need to enlist them into help building our family by finding mates for them, giving them trades and or skills, teaching them entrepreneurship. That's what we should be teaching them, not teaching them that when you get out the house, you get 18. And I want to tell you something about that, getting your children out the house when they're 18. Let me stop here. I got to do another. I want to have another one. It's going to be called selfishness in the home. But that's a whole nother topic. But I'm going to get out of here, y'all. You guys take it easy. Have a nice Sabbath. And may the Most High bless you. Bye-bye.